Good morning. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, we underscored how vital it can be if we're really seeking spiritual awakening in the way that we've been describing it out of Bill W.'s language in the 12-step program, or maybe just to simply wake up as the philosopher that we've been talking about, Ken Wilber, discusses it. Uh, we emphasized how important it may be to build some kind of daily positivity practice. And for shorthand, I'm going to be calling that here mindfulness. Now, we've already established that our brains, they have a built-in automatic negativity bias. What that means is that we're wired to detect any possible danger. And it leaves us most all of the time in kind of a hypervigilance mode. The good news is that there are actual dangers out there, and it's good for us to be able to notice that. There is a downside, however, and that downside is this very same mode. It's a vigilance mode, let's say. It can leave us in a perpetual state of worrying, which, as we've discussed, can lead to heightened stress, actually does lead to heightened stress, which can lead to addictive self-medication. The basic idea there is if I can reduce the stress even temporarily, I'll do it, even if ultimately long-term it's self-destructive. And so we need to break the hex of this cycle that we can get locked into. So what do we do, practically speaking, to harness more positivity in our lives? We're talking about kind of cultivate the inner space that would create the ideal circumstances for waking up in the way that we've been discussing it this last week. Well, we can actually train our minds by practicing mindfulness, and in the process, change our brains. It's pretty amazing, isn't it, when you stop and think about it, that we can actually change the way that our brains process information, leading to reduced worrying, reduced stress levels, reduced vulnerability to addiction. I'd like to invite you to come back to join me tomorrow, because we're going to be practicing a very simple breath-oriented approach to mindfulness, and one which I'm perfectly happy to share with you and perfectly happy for you to modify to fit your own individual. The key here is not so much what you come up with as the kind of your final process for mindfulness. The key is that you find a practice that you can build into your everyday. Daily practice when it comes to mindfulness leads to pure gold when it comes to sustained recovery. So come back tomorrow and join me, and we'll begin by practicing the cultivating of what I think of as breathing room in our minds and in our bodies. I think that both your mind and your body will be happy that you did. Thanks for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.